Hello, we're going to talk about ratios. Okay, so if I have this example, Excellent Environmental estimates that a pond contains 3,000 fish. Some are catfish, some are perch, and the rest are bass. After testing samples by dragging a net through the pond, they determine a ratio that the ratio to catfish to perch to bass is 2 to 5 to 3. So let's get our important information. We know that we have a ratio of catfish to perch to bass of 2 to 5 to 3. So that means the 2 represents catfish, the 5 represents perch, and the 3 represents bass. Okay? So whenever we're talking about ratios, we have a scale factor. Now, we take this scale factor and we multiply it by our ratio. So you're going to take your scale factor and multiply it by the ratio. Pardon the handwriting. Okay, so for the first one, the catfish is 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. So our catfish is 2. It says our perch is 5. And our bass is 3. So if we have a scale factor of 1, that means we have 2 catfish, we have 5 perch, and we have 3 bass. And that will give us a total of 10 fish. Okay? So now if we have a scale factor of 2, we're going to take these and multiply them by 2. So we're going to take 2 times 2, which gives us 4. 2 times 5, which gives us 10. And 2 times 3, which gives us 6. That will give us a total of 20 fish. Because that's all we did is we add. We add 4 plus 10 plus 6, which gives us 20. And over here is all we did was add 2. We added 2 plus 5 plus 3, which gave us 10. Now, if we have a scale factor of 3, we're going to take it and we're going to multiply it by 3. So I'm going to have 2 times 3, which is 6. 5 times 3, which is 15. And 3 times 3, which is 9. And that is going to, if we add all 3 of those together, that's going to give us a total of 30 fish. Okay? So now, let's take our scale factor of 4, and we're going to multiply that. So we'll do 4 times 2, which is 8. 4 times 5, which is 20. And 4 times 3, which is 12. And if we add all 3 of those together, we're going to 40. And the last one, we have 300 times 2, which is 600. Then we have 300 times 5, which is 1,500. And then we have 300 times 3, which is 900. And that is going to give us a total of 3,000 fish. Sorry, my handwriting on here is not so good. Now the x column. The x, we're just going to take 2 times x, and that's going to give us 2x. For perch, we're going to take 5 times x, which gives us 5x. And for bass, we're going to take 3 times x, which gives us 3x. And that's going to give us a total of 10x. Because remember, we can combine them because they all have the same last name. So now let's go to the questions. It says, how can the catfish be represented using x? Well, we have 2 catfish times x. So it's just 2x. This last column shows us how it's represented. How can the perch be represented by x? Well, that one is 5x. And how can the bass be represented using x? And that would be 3x. D says, write an equation showing the total number of fish in the pond. Well, our total number of fish is what? 10x. Well, let's not go there yet. It told us up at the top that our total number of fish that they estimate is 3,000. So that is our total, is 3,000. Now, what makes up that 3,000? Well, the catfish, which is 2x, the perch, which is 5x, and let me erase that. I don't know what happened. And the bass, which is 3x. And now we just solve, because E says find the number of each type of fish in the pond. So now we just solve. So 2x plus 5x plus 3x would give us 10x. Oh, what is going on? That's going to give us 10x because they're all the same last name. And that's going to equal 3,000. Now I got to solve to get x by itself. So I'm going to divide by 10. Divide by 10. And so x equals 300. Now, does that mean we have each one is 300 each type? No, remember we have to go back and we got to plug them in. So the catfish is 2 times x. We have found x to be 300. So we're going to plug that back in. And I'm just going to go up here. So I'll have 2 times 300, which is going to give me 600. So I have a total of 600 catfish. Then I'm going to do the 5x. So that's going to be 5 times 300, which is going to give me a total of 1,500 perch. And then again, the bass is 3 times x, so I'm going to put 300 into x. And so the bass is going to be 900. So that's what makes up each fish in the pond. Make sure that you take notes over this. Make sure that you remember to find a ratio or to change a ratio. You take your scale factor times your ratio.